I still remember the day my sister smiled while wearing my wedding dress. It was the same dress I had dreamed about since I was a little girl, the dress I had chosen for the happiest day of my life. But that day, she stood in front of the mirror wearing it, and beside her stood my fiancé. They didn't even try to hide it. My own sister, and the man I was supposed to marry, had betrayed me in the worst way possible. My heart broke into pieces. Everyone thought I had lost everything. My wedding, my future, and the love of my life. But there was one thing they didn't know. That dress, the one she proudly wore while stealing my life, was hiding a secret. And when the truth finally came out, their perfect little wedding turned into a nightmare they could never escape. So if you love stories full of shocking twists, betrayal, and karma that arrives at the perfect moment, stay with me until the end of this video. And before we continue, make sure you're already subscribed to the channel and leave a quick like on this video. Also, tell us in the comments which country you're watching from. We always love seeing how far our stories travel around the world. Now let me tell you how my own sister stole my wedding dress, my fiancé, and accidentally destroyed her own life. My name is Sophie Carter. Today, when I look back at that day, my heart still feels heavy, because that was the day my own sister took my wedding dress and my fiancé. But stories start little earlier. 3 months before my wedding, my life was looking perfect. I was living in a small apartment in Seattle. Not very big place, but warm and peaceful. I work as graphic designer in small company. Life was simple, but I was happy. And biggest reason of my happiness was my fiancé. His name was Daniel Brooks. Daniel was kind man. Or maybe I only believed he was kind. We meet 3 years before at friend birthday party. At that time, I spilled drink on his shirt by mistake. I was very embarrassed. But Daniel only laugh and say, "Don't worry, now I have excuse to buy new shirt." That moment was funny and sweet. And slowly we start talking more. Coffee dates, long walks in park, late night phone calls. After 1 year, he asked me to marry him. I remember that night very clearly. We were standing near lake, city lights shining on water. Daniel hold my hand and say, "Sophie, I want to spend my whole life with you." I say yes without thinking. I really believed my life story was becoming beautiful. But life sometimes hide very dark surprises. And biggest surprise in my life was my younger sister. Her name was Olivia. Olivia was 2 years younger than me. Growing up, people always say we look a little similar, but our personalities very different. I was quiet girl. Olivia was loud and confident. I like books and calm places. Olivia liked parties and attention. But still, she was my sister, my family. When I tell her about my engagement, she hug me tight and say, "Oh my God, Sophie, I am so happy for you." She even started helping me with wedding ideas. At least, that is what I thought. Wedding planning start few weeks later. Daniel and me decide to do wedding in small, beautiful venue outside the city. Not very big luxury wedding, but elegant and warm. White flowers, soft music, close friends and family. Everything felt like dream. But the most important thing for me was the wedding dress. Since childhood, I always imagined that moment. Walking down aisle wearing beautiful white dress. Daniel waiting for me at the end, smiling. So one Saturday morning, me and Olivia go together to bridal shop. The shop was very beautiful place. Soft lights, big mirrors, dresses everywhere. I feel nervous and excited same time. Sales lady bring few dresses for me to try. First dress, not good. Second dress, too big. Third dress, look strange. Then she bring one special dress. It was simple white dress with soft lace on sleeves. Long, elegant skirt. Little shine in fabric when light touch it. When I wear it and look in mirror, my eyes become wet. I whisper slowly, "This is the one." Olivia stand behind me watching. For few seconds, she say nothing. Then she smile and clap hands. "Sophie, you look amazing. Daniel will cry when he see you." Her voice sound happy, but something in her eyes feels strange for a moment. I ignore that feeling. Because why would my own sister feel strange about my happiness? That day we buy the dress. I bring it home carefully like it was treasure, because for me it was treasure. In next week's wedding planning continue. Daniel was busy with work sometimes, but he still helped little. Olivia also visit me many times to help decoration ideas, flowers, music list. But slowly, I start noticing small things. Very small things. First thing was how Olivia looked at Daniel. At dinner table, sometimes I see her watching him too long. When he talk or laugh, she look at him with strange interest. Maybe I was imagining. Maybe I was just nervous bride. Second strange thing was Daniel behavior. Sometimes when Olivia come to visit, Daniel suddenly become very friendly with her. They laugh together a lot. One evening they was joking in kitchen while I was in living room checking wedding invitation cards. Their laughter sound very comfortable. Too comfortable. When I enter kitchen, suddenly they stop talking. Daniel quickly say, "We was just talking about funny movie." Olivia smile but look little awkward. At that moment something inside me whisper, something is not right, but I push that thought away. Because trust is important in relationship, and I trust both of them. Or at least, I thought I did. 1 week later Olivia come again to my apartment. She say she want see the dress again. "Sophie, please. I want imagine how wedding will look." I laugh and open closet where dress was hanging carefully in white cover. Olivia slowly unzipped the cover. Her eyes become wide. "Wow, this dress is really beautiful." She touched the fabric gently. Then suddenly she say something strange. "Can I try it for fun? Just for 1 minute." I feel a little surprised. "Try it? Why?" She laugh. "Come on, Sophie, it just for joke. I want see how bride look." I hesitate little, but she is my sister, so I say yes. She wear the dress and stand in front of mirror. For few seconds, she just stare at herself. Her face become very serious. Then she whisper quietly, "It fits me almost perfect." Her words make strange, cold feeling inside my chest. I try laugh. "Well, good thing you not marrying Daniel then." Olivia also laugh, but her laugh sound different, like there was hidden meaning. But there was something else about that dress. Something nobody knew. Not Daniel. Not Olivia. Even my parents did not know. Because few days before buying dress, something strange happened. When sales lady bring that dress, another woman also look at same dress before me. She was older lady, maybe around 60. She work in shop, I think. When she see me wearing dress, she look at me very carefully. Then she come closer and whisper something very strange. "You like this dress?" I nod. "Yes, very much." She smiles softly and say, "Good. Sometimes dress choose the bride, not the other way." Her words sound little mysterious. Then she quietly gives small envelope to the sales lady and say, "Put this in inside pocket before selling." I remember asking, "What is that?" But the woman only smile, just small tradition. At that time, I think maybe it is normal bridal shop thing. I did not ask more, but inside that dress, hidden deep in lining, there was something very important, something that would later change everything. But right now, I had no idea how important it would become. One evening, 2 weeks before wedding, I come home earlier from work. Apartment was quiet, but when I enter bedroom, I noticed something strange. Closet door was open. Inside, the white dress cover was slightly moved. I slowly open it. Dress still there, but hanger position little different, like someone had touched it. At that moment, Olivia message appear on my phone. "Hey Sophie, I was near your apartment today, but you were not home." My heart start beating little faster. Why she came when I was not home, and how she know where spare key is. I suddenly remember, few months ago, I gave her extra key in case emergency. Now I feel strange, but again, I try calm myself. Maybe she just came to say hello. Maybe I am thinking too much. Still, that night when I go to sleep, something inside my heart feel uneasy. Like storm was slowly coming, but sky still looked calm. and I did not know yet that soon my sister would steal not only my wedding dress, but also the man I was about to marry. And when that happened, the secret hidden inside that dress would destroy everything they planned. After that day, something inside me started feeling strange. I cannot explain it clearly. Nothing big happened yet. No big fight. No big problem. But sometimes heart can feel danger before mind understand it. Next few days, Olivia started coming to my apartment more often. At first, I think she just excited for my wedding. She helped me with many things. She helped choose flowers. She helped choose table decoration. She helped choose music playlist. But slowly, I noticed something strange again. Whenever Daniel come home, Olivia suddenly become very happy. Too happy. She laughed louder. She talked more. She tried to sit close to him. One evening we were sitting in living room. Daniel was telling story from his office. Olivia was laughing so much like he was funniest man in the world. I smile, but inside I feel a little uncomfortable, because normally Olivia never laughed this much at my jokes. But now everything Daniel say, she find it amazing. At that moment, I told myself, relax, Sophie, she is just being friendly. But heart was still not calm. One night something small but strange happened. I wake up around 2 a.m. because my phone make notification sound. It was message from Daniel, but message was not for me. He quickly deleted it before I read full message. But I saw first few words. It said, "Don't worry, she will not know." My stomach suddenly feel tight. I ask him quietly, "Who you texting?" Daniel looked a little surprised. Then he smile and say, "Oh, just my friend Mark. Work stuff." But something about his face looked nervous. I try to believe him, but now that strange feeling inside my chest becomes stronger. Next day, Olivia came again. She say she want help me check wedding dress one more time. This was third time she asked to see the dress. I laugh and say, "Olivia, you like this dress more than me." She smile and answer, "Well, it is very beautiful dress." Her voice sound normal, but her eyes again look at dress with strange focus, almost like it was not my dress anymore, like she was imagining something. Then she suddenly asked a question that surprised me. "Sophie, what if wedding dress fit me better than you?" I laughed because I thought it was joke. Then good thing you not the bride. But Olivia did not laugh much. She just looked at mirror again. Then she say quietly, "Life is funny sometimes." I did not understand what she mean. During that week, Daniel also start acting a little different. Before, he always called me many times during day. But now sometimes he not answer my messages for hours. When I ask him, he say he is busy with work. One evening I decide to surprise him at his office with coffee. When I arrive, his co-workers say something strange. "Oh, Daniel just left a little while ago." I ask, "Where he go?" Co-worker shrug. He said he meeting someone. That moment, small alarm ring inside my mind. But again, I try to stay calm. Maybe he meet friend. Maybe work meeting. Still something feel wrong. Few days later, Olivia invite both of us for dinner. She say she want celebrate my upcoming wedding. We meet at small Italian restaurant near downtown. Everything looked normal at first. We order food, talk about wedding plans. But during dinner, I notice something again. Olivia and Daniel keep looking at each other. Sometimes when they think I am not watching. Small glances, quick smiles. And when I ask question, suddenly they both become quiet. My heart start beating faster, but I still say nothing, because accusing someone without proof can destroy relationship. And I still hope I was wrong. That same night after dinner something happened. We drop Olivia at her apartment first. Before leaving the car, she hugged Daniel. Little longer than normal hug. Then she hugged me. When we drive away, Daniel phone start ringing. Unknown number. He answer quickly. "Yes, I understand." Pause. "Yes, tomorrow will work." Pause again. Then he say quietly, "Don't worry. Everything is under control." My heart start beating faster again. I ask him, "Who was that?" Daniel reply fast, "Just work call." But his voice sound tight, like he was hiding something. That night I could not sleep well. My mind keep thinking. All those small, strange moments. Olivia looking at Daniel too much. Daniel hiding messages. Late meetings. Secret phone calls. And the way Olivia looked at my wedding dress. Suddenly one terrible thought entered my mind. What if they like each other? I quickly pushed that thought away. No, impossible. Olivia is my sister. Daniel is my fiancé. They would never betray me like that, right? But heart was not convinced. 2 days later something happened that made my heart freeze. I came home early again from work. Apartment door was slightly open. That was strange because I always lock it. I slowly push door open. Inside the apartment, I hear voices. 2 people talking quietly. My heart start beating very fast. I walk slowly toward living room. Then I hear a voice. It was Olivia. She was laughing softly. Then I hear Daniel's voice too. For a few seconds, I stand frozen. My mind trying to understand what is happening. Why they're here together when I am not home. I take few steps closer, and then I hear Olivia say something that made my blood run cold. She whisper, "Soon, everything will be ours." Daniel answer, quietly, "Yes, she will never expect it." My heart drop into my stomach. Suddenly I realize something terrible. Something I never wanted to believe. My own sister, and the man I was about to marry, were planning something behind my back. But I still did not know the full truth yet, and I had no idea that the secret hidden inside my wedding dress was about to become the biggest shock of their lives. My heart start beating very fast when I hear their voices inside my apartment. For a few seconds, I stand near the hallway wall. I was not ready to walk inside yet. My mind was confused. Why Daniel and Olivia are inside my home together when I am not here? Then Olivia laughed softly again. It was not normal laugh. It was the kind of laugh people do when they are hiding something. Daniel say, quietly, "We just need little more time." Olivia answer, "Yes, but I don't want to wait too long." My hands start shaking. I slowly walk closer to the living room. Then suddenly I hear Olivia say something that make my chest feel tight. She say, "After the wedding, everything will change." Daniel reply, "Don't worry. Sophie trusts us." For a moment, I feel like the ground disappear under my feet. They were talking about me, about my wedding, about something they were planning, but I still did not understand exactly what. I take one more step forward. The floor makes small sound. Suddenly both voices stop. Daniel quickly walk toward hallway and see me standing there. His eyes become wide. "Sophie, you are home early." His voice sound nervous. Olivia also come from living room. She try to smile like everything is normal. "Oh, Sophie, we were just talking about wedding decorations." I look at both of them carefully. Something inside me say they're lying, but I still say nothing, because sometimes the truth show itself if you stay quiet. I put my bag down slowly and say calmly, "That's nice. I did not know you both had plans to meet here." Daniel quickly say, "Olivia just came to help with some wedding ideas." Olivia nod quickly. "Yes, exactly. We were thinking about flower arrangements." Her smile looked forced. I walk inside the living room. Everything looked normal, but something catch my attention. My closet door was open again. The closet where my wedding dress was hanging. My heart beat faster. I walk slowly toward the bedroom. When I opened the closet, my breath stopped for a moment. The dress cover was open. My wedding dress was not inside the cover. For a few seconds, I cannot speak. My mind feel empty. Then suddenly Olivia's voice come from behind me. "Oh, we were just looking at the dress." I turn around slowly. Olivia was standing there holding the dress in her hands, and Daniel was standing behind her. I look at the dress. Then I look at Olivia. She smiled a little. "Relax, Sophie. I only wanted to see it again." I try to control my voice. Why is it not in the cover? She shrugged her shoulders. I was just checking the fabric. Then she suddenly say something strange. Sophie, can I try it again? For a moment, I just stare at her. Again. She nod. Yes, just 1 minute. I feel uncomfortable, but Daniel quickly say, Come on, Sophie. It is not big deal. Something inside me was screaming to say no, but I ignore that voice again. I sigh and say quietly, Okay, just 1 minute. Olivia smiled brightly. She take the dress and walk into the bedroom. The door close. Daniel sit on the sofa, like nothing is strange. But I notice something. He look a little nervous, like he is waiting for something. After a few minutes, Olivia come out of the bedroom. When I see her, I feel strange pain inside my chest, because the dress really looked perfect on her. She stand in front of mirror and slowly turn around. How do I look? Her voice sound playful. Daniel look at her and smile. You look beautiful. For a second the room become very quiet. Then Olivia look at Daniel through the mirror. Their eyes meet. That moment feel too long. Too personal. My stomach feel tight again. I try to joke. Well, good thing the wedding is mine. Olivia laughs softly. Yes, of course. But something about the way she say it feel wrong. After a few minutes, she changed back into her clothes. She carefully put the dress back in the cover. Then she hugged me. Your wedding will be amazing, Sophie. Daniel also kissed my cheek and say he need to go home early because of work. Soon both of them leave the apartment. But that night, I cannot stop thinking. Something is very wrong. My sister and my fiancé are acting strange. And my wedding dress keep becoming part of the story again and again. Next morning something happened that finally opened my eyes. I wake up early and go to kitchen to make coffee. My phone was on the table. Suddenly it vibrate. New message. It was from unknown number. At first I think maybe spam message. But when I open it, my hands become cold. It was a photo. In the photo, I see Daniel and Olivia. They were sitting very close together at a small cafe. Olivia's hand was touching Daniel's arm, and Daniel was smiling at her the same way he used to smile at me. Under the photo there was message. Thought you should know. My heart start beating very fast. For few seconds, I just stare at the photo. Then another message come. They meet almost every day. I sit down slowly. My head starts spinning. Everything suddenly makes sense. The secret phone calls, the late meetings, the strange looks, the way Olivia look at Daniel, and the way Daniel smile at her. Tears start coming into my eyes. My own sister, my fiancé, they were betraying me, behind my back, for weeks, maybe months. I feel anger. I feel pain. I feel humiliation. But more than anything, I feel shock, because I trusted both of them completely. That afternoon, Olivia called me. Her voice sounded cheerful. Hey, Sophie, do you want to go shopping with me tomorrow? For a moment, I stay silent. She did not know I already saw the photo. I take deep breath and answer calmly. Sure. She laughed happily. Great. I also want to see the wedding dress again before the big day. When the call ended, I slowly looked toward my closet, where the dress was hanging quietly. Then suddenly I remember something. Something about the secret inside the dress. That small envelope hidden in the lining. At that moment, a strange idea come into my mind. Maybe, just maybe, that secret could change everything. Maybe the people who were trying to steal my life were about to walk straight into their own trap. And they had absolutely no idea. Because very soon, my sister was going to steal not only my fiancé, but also my wedding dress. And when she wear that dress, the secret hidden inside it was going to destroy their perfect little plan. And this time, I was not going to stop it. That night, I could not sleep at all. The photo on my phone was still in my mind again and again. Daniel sitting close to Olivia. Olivia smiling at him like he was already hers. Every time I close my eyes, I see that picture. But after some time, something inside me changed. At first, I feel only pain. But slowly, pain turns into something else. I start thinking carefully. If they are meeting secretly, then they believe I know nothing. If they believe I know nothing, then they will not be careful. And that means I can see the truth clearly. So next morning, I decide something very important. I will not confront them yet. I will act like everything is normal. And I will wait. Because sometimes the best way to catch a lie is to let the liar keep talking. Around noon, Olivia arrived at my apartment. She bring coffee and donuts like she always do. Her face looked bright and happy, like nothing bad is happening. She hugged me and say, "Good morning, bride." Her voice sounds sweet, but now when I look at her, something inside my heart feel broken. Because the person hugging me was the same person secretly trying to take my life. But I force a small smile. "Good morning." We sit at the kitchen table. Olivia start talking about wedding decorations again. Flowers, music, guest list. She talked like she is very excited. But now I see something I did not see before. Every few minutes, she casually mentioned Daniel. Daniel will like this color. Daniel said he prefers white roses. Daniel thinks the venue lighting should be softer. Each time she say his name, her voice becomes softer, almost like she is thinking about something special. I try to stay calm. Then she suddenly say, "By the way, where is the dress?" I look at her. In the closet. Her eyes light up. "Can I see it again?" This time I hesitate longer, but then I remember my plan. So I stand up and bring the dress. I open the white cover slowly. The soft fabric shine under the room light. Olivia's eyes become wide again. "Wow, it is still so beautiful." She touched the lace gently. Then she say quietly, "You are really lucky, Sophie." I ask, "Lucky?" She nod. "Not everyone finds a man like Daniel." Her words feel strange, because she say them like she wishes that man was hers. Then she smiles suddenly. "Can I try it again? Just last time before the wedding." For a moment, I just look at her face. Now I know the truth. I know she is secretly seeing Daniel. And still she stand here, smiling like innocent sister. My chest feel heavy, but I nod slowly. "Okay." She quickly take the dress and go into the bedroom again. While she is inside, I sit on the sofa, my heart beating slowly but strong. I start thinking about the secret hidden in the dress, that small envelope inside the lining. I never opened it. I never even checked it. Maybe today I should. But before I can stand up, the bedroom door open. Olivia come out wearing the dress again. And again it fits her perfectly. She walks slowly in front of the mirror. Her face look almost dreamy. She turn around once. Then she look at me through the mirror. "You know something, Sophie?" I stay quiet. She continues speaking. "This dress feels like it was made for me." Her words hang in the air like something dangerous. For a second the room becomes silent. Then my phone suddenly vibrate. It was Daniel calling. Olivia look at my phone quickly. Then she say softly, "You should answer." I press the green button. "Hello." Daniel voice, sound normal. "Hey Sophie, I just wanted to check if you are free tonight." "Why?" "I was thinking maybe we can have dinner together. Just us two." I glance at Olivia. She was pretending to fix the dress in the mirror, but I see her listening carefully. I answer slowly, "Sure." Daniel say, "Great. I will pick you up at 7. When the call end, Olivia smile. "That is sweet." Then she suddenly asks something strange. "Are you nervous about the wedding?" I answer honestly, "A little." She nods slowly. Sometimes life changes very fast. Her words again sound like they have hidden meaning. After a few minutes, she go back into the bedroom to change. When she closed the door, my eyes moved toward the dress cover. The dress was lying on the bed now. I stand up quietly. My hands move slowly toward the inside lining. For a few seconds, I search carefully. Then I feel something small inside the fabric. My fingers stop. That must be the envelope. My heart starts beating faster. I gently pull it out. It was small cream envelope. No name, no writing, just sealed. For a moment I stare at it, then slowly I open it. Inside there was folded paper, and something small wrapped in plastic. My hands tremble slightly as I unfold the paper. When I read the first line, my eyes become wide, because what I was reading was not normal message. It was something shocking, something that could change everything, something connected to Daniel. Before I can read more, the bedroom door suddenly opened. Olivia stepped out again. I quickly hide the paper back inside the envelope, my heart beating fast. She smiled and say, "Okay, I am done." She take the dress carefully and hang it back in the cover. Then she hugged me before leaving. "I will see you tomorrow, bride." When she leave the apartment, silence filled the room. I slowly sit on the sofa again. Then I take the envelope out one more time. I open the paper again, and this time I read every word carefully. With every line, my shock grew bigger, because the secret hidden inside my wedding dress was not small surprise. It was something powerful, something dangerous, and most importantly, something that Daniel would never want anyone to discover. Suddenly everything started making sense. Why that old woman at the bridal shop looked at me so carefully. Why she secretly put this envelope in the dress. And why she said something strange that day. Sometimes the dress chooses the bride. Now I finally understand what she meant. Because the secret in this dress was about to expose a truth Daniel had been hiding for years. And if Olivia decided to steal my wedding and wear this dress in front of everyone, then the secret hidden inside it would destroy their perfect little love story in the worst way possible. And this time, I was ready to let it happen. When Olivia left my apartment, the whole place became very quiet. I was still sitting on the sofa, holding that small envelope in my hands. My heart was beating fast. I slowly looked again at the paper that was inside. The words on that paper were shocking. It was not a love letter. It was not a normal message. It was a legal document copy. And the name written on the paper was Daniel Brooks. For a few seconds, I could not even breathe properly. The document was about a financial investigation from some years ago. It said that Daniel once worked in a company where money suddenly disappeared. A lot of money. And the company started a legal case. But before the investigation finished, Daniel suddenly left that job and moved to another city. The document did not say he was proven guilty, but it clearly said he was one of the main suspects. My hands started shaking. This was something very serious. Why would someone hide this paper inside a wedding dress? Then I looked at the second small item, wrapped in plastic. I opened it carefully. Inside was a tiny flash drive. Now my mind started racing. This was not coincidence. Someone wanted this information to be discovered. But by who? And why inside my wedding dress? I remembered the old woman in the bridal shop. The way she looked at me. The strange sentence she said. Sometimes the dress chooses the bride. At that moment, I realized something. Maybe she knew Daniel. Maybe she knew something about him. And maybe she wanted the truth to come out. I stood up and walked slowly to my laptop. My hands were still shaking as I plugged the flash drive into the computer. For a moment, nothing happened. Then a folder appeared on the screen. Inside the folder, there were several files, emails, scanned documents, financial records. I started opening them one by one, and with every file, my heart dropped deeper, because everything inside those files showed something terrible. Daniel was not just a suspect in that old company case. The emails showed that he was actually stealing money, slowly for months. Small amounts first, then bigger amounts. And when the company started noticing the missing money, he suddenly disappeared. He changed jobs. He moved cities. And he started a completely new life. A life where nobody knew his past. My stomach felt cold. The man I was going to marry was hiding a criminal past. But something else inside the files made my eyes open even wider. There were recent emails too. Very recent. And in those emails, Daniel was talking with someone about marrying into money. My heart started pounding. The emails were clear. Daniel was planning to marry someone who had family money so he could fix his financial problems. And that someone was me. I felt like the air disappeared from the room. So this whole relationship, all those years, all those promises, maybe it was never real. Maybe he was only waiting for the wedding. And now something even worse came into my mind. If Daniel was planning to marry me for money, then why was he secretly meeting Olivia? What were they planning now? Suddenly the answer became clear. My sister knew everything. She knew Daniel's plan. And maybe they were planning something together. Maybe they wanted to take everything from me. My chest felt tight with anger and pain. But at the same time, something else grew inside me. Determination. They thought I was weak. They thought I knew nothing. They thought they could steal my life. But now I had something powerful. The truth. And the truth was hidden inside the wedding dress. The same dress Olivia loved so much. The same dress she kept asking to wear. I slowly closed the laptop and sat back on the sofa. My mind started forming a plan. If Olivia wanted the dress, then I would let her take it. If Daniel wanted to play his game, then I would let him continue. Because very soon they would both walk straight into their own trap. That evening Daniel came to pick me up for dinner. When he arrived, he looked the same as always. Calm, charming, smiling. He kissed my cheek and said, "You look beautiful tonight." For a moment, I just stared at his face. Now that I knew the truth, his smile looked fake. But I forced myself to smile back. "Thank you." During dinner, he talked normally about wedding plans, about honeymoon ideas, about our future house. Listening to him felt strange now, because every word sounded like a lie. At one moment, he took my hand and said softly, "I am really lucky to have you, Sophie." Inside my mind, I almost laughed. Lucky. Yes, he thought he was lucky. But very soon that luck was going to disappear. When dinner ended, he walked me back to my apartment. Before leaving, he hugged me tightly. Just a few more days until the wedding. I nodded slowly. Yes, just a few more days. But in my mind, I was thinking something very different. Just a few more days until the truth comes out. The next afternoon, Olivia came again. Her energy was even more excited than before. She hugged me and said, "I cannot believe the wedding is so close." Then her eyes moved directly toward the closet. I noticed it immediately. She was not excited about the wedding. She was excited about the dress, and maybe about Daniel too. After some small talk, she finally asked the question again. "Sophie, can I see the dress one more time?" This time I did not hesitate. I walked calmly to the closet and brought it out. When I opened the cover, Olivia's eyes shined again. She touched the lace softly. Then she whispered something very quietly. "It's perfect." I watched her carefully. Then I said something simple. "If you like it so much, you can borrow it tomorrow." Her head lifted quickly. "Borrow it?" I nodded. "Yes. Maybe you want to try it again, properly." For a moment, she looked surprised. Then her face slowly turned into a big smile. "Really?" "Yes." She hugged me tightly. "You are the best sister." Her voice sounded happy, but inside my chest my heart felt heavy, because I knew something she did not. I knew what was hidden inside that dress, and I knew that very soon, that secret was going to explode in front of everyone. And when that moment came, my sister and my fiancé would realize something too late. They thought they were stealing my life, but instead, they were about to destroy their own. After I told Olivia she could borrow the dress, I saw something change in her face. Her eyes became brighter, almost like she had just won something. She hugged me again and said, "Thank you, Sophie, really. You trust me so much." I forced a small smile. "Yes, you are my sister." But inside my heart, I felt something very different, because now I knew the truth. And I knew the secret inside that dress was still waiting. Olivia carefully took the dress from my hands. She looked at it again and again, like it was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen. Then she said, "I will take it home tonight and bring it back tomorrow." I nodded slowly. "Okay." For a moment, we both stood there in silence. Then she suddenly asked, "Daniel will come tomorrow to help with some wedding things, right?" I looked at her carefully. "Yes, he said he might come." She smiled again. "Good." That single word told me everything, because the way she said it sounded like she was already planning something. After a few minutes, she left my apartment with the dress. I stood near the door and watched her walk away down the hallway. In her hands, she was holding the white cover that protected the wedding dress. Inside that cover, the secret was still hidden. The envelope, the documents, the flash drive, everything that could destroy Daniel's lies. For a moment, I wondered if I should stop her, if I should take the dress back. But then I remembered something important. Sometimes the truth only comes out when people believe they have already won. So I closed the door slowly, and I waited. The next day felt very long. I tried to work on my laptop, but my mind kept thinking about what might happen. Olivia had the dress now, and Daniel was supposed to visit her later. Around afternoon, my phone buzzed. It was a message from Olivia. "Daniel is here helping me with decorations." I stared at the message for a few seconds. Then another message came. "You should come later. We are planning something fun." I could almost imagine her smiling while writing that. I replied simply, "Okay." But I had no plan to go there yet. Instead, I sat quietly and thought. Something big was about to happen, and I needed to see everything clearly. A few hours later, my phone rang. This time it was Daniel. His voice sounded normal. "Hey, Sophie, are you busy?" "No. Olivia and I were thinking maybe we all meet tonight. Just relax before the wedding." For a moment, I stayed silent. Then I answered calmly, "Sure." He sounded happy. "Great. Come around 8. When the call ended, I sat quietly again. Everything was happening exactly like I expected. They were spending time together, planning something, maybe even planning how they would betray me. But they still believed I knew nothing. That was their biggest mistake. When evening arrived, I drove to Olivia's apartment. The sky was already getting dark. My heart was beating slowly but strongly. When I knocked on the door, Olivia opened it quickly. She looked excited. "Sophie, come in." Inside the apartment, Daniel was sitting on the couch. He stood up when he saw me. "Hey." He gave me a quick hug, but his hug felt different now. Cold. Fake. On the coffee table, there were some drinks and snacks. Olivia sat down across from us. For a while we talked normally. Small talk, wedding plans, funny stories. But I noticed something again. Daniel and Olivia kept exchanging quick looks, little smiles, short eye contact. They thought I was not noticing, but I saw everything now. After some time, Olivia suddenly stood up. "Oh, wait, I want to show something." She walked into the bedroom. A few seconds later, she came out wearing the wedding dress again. For a moment, the room became very quiet. The dress looked beautiful, but seeing Olivia wearing it now felt strange. Daniel stared at her for a few seconds. His eyes were wide. Then he said softly, "You look amazing." Olivia slowly turned around like a bride showing her dress. Then she looked at Daniel and smiled. "You think so?" Daniel nodded. "Yes." That moment felt heavy. I could feel the tension in the air. Then Olivia suddenly said something that changed everything. "You know what would be funny?" Daniel looked at her. "What?" She laughed softly. "What if I was the bride instead of Sophie?" For a second, nobody spoke. Then Daniel laughed too, but his laugh sounded nervous. "Sophie would not like that joke." Olivia looked directly at him. "Maybe it is not a joke." My heart felt like it stopped for a second. I watched both of them carefully. Daniel looked at me quickly, then back at Olivia. The silence in the room became thicker. Finally, Daniel spoke quietly. "Olivia." But she interrupted him. "Tell her the truth." The room suddenly felt very cold. Daniel looked uncomfortable. "Sophie, this is not what you think." Olivia crossed her arms. "Then explain it." My heart was beating fast now, but I kept my voice calm. "Explain what?" Daniel looked down at the floor for a moment. Then he took a deep breath. Sophie, things have been complicated. Olivia laughed softly again. Complicated? That is your word. Then she looked directly at me. Sophie, Daniel and I have feelings for each other. The words hit my chest like a stone. Even though I already suspected it, hearing it out loud still hurt. Daniel quickly said, It just happened. We did not plan it. Olivia continued speaking. We tried to ignore it at first, but it became stronger. My hands were shaking slightly, but I kept my face calm. So what does that mean? Olivia answered without hesitation. It means this wedding should not happen. Daniel finally looked at me. I am sorry, Sophie, but Olivia is right. For a moment the room was silent again. Then Olivia touched the dress softly and smiled. And honestly, this dress looks better on me anyway. Inside, my chest anger started burning, but I did not show it because they still did not know the most important thing. They did not know the dress was hiding a secret, and very soon, that secret was going to change everything, because Olivia thought she was stealing my dress. Daniel thought he was leaving me without consequences, but both of them were forgetting something important. The truth always finds a way to come out, and the truth hidden inside that dress was only one step away from being discovered. For a few seconds, nobody spoke. Olivia was still standing there in my wedding dress. Daniel was sitting on the couch, looking nervous, and I was standing in the middle of the room, looking at both of them. Inside my chest I felt pain, but also something else. Calm, because now everything was clear. They were not even trying to hide it anymore. Olivia slowly walked closer to Daniel. The white dress moved softly as she walked. She smiled and placed her hand on Daniel's shoulder. You see, Sophie, sometimes love just happens. Her voice sounded almost proud. Daniel looked uncomfortable, but he did not move her hand away. I looked at both of them for a moment. Then I asked quietly, So this is your plan? Olivia raised her eyebrows. What plan? I took a slow breath. You fall in love with my fiancé, wear my wedding dress, and take my wedding too. For a moment, she did not answer. Then she shrugged her shoulders. Maybe the dress chose the right bride. Those words made my heart beat faster, because she repeated the same strange sentence the old woman had said in the bridal shop. But Olivia did not know the real meaning of those words. Daniel stood up slowly. Sophie, I know this is hard to hear. I looked at him calmly. Yes, but go on. He rubbed the back of his neck. We did not want to hurt you, but Olivia and we care about each other now. Olivia nodded. And honestly, we think it is better to be honest before the wedding happens. I almost laughed when she said that. Better to be honest, after weeks of lying behind my back. But I stayed quiet. Then Olivia said something even worse. You are strong, Sophie. You will find someone else. Those words felt like a slap. My own sister talking to me, like I was some stranger. Daniel added softly, We did not plan this. But I knew that was another lie, because I had already seen the emails. I had already seen the truth about Daniel, and the truth about his plans. For a moment, I looked at the wedding dress again. The same dress I once dreamed of wearing. Now Olivia was standing in it, smiling. But something inside me suddenly became very calm, because I realized something important. They thought they had already won. They thought they had taken everything from me, but they still had no idea what was hidden inside that dress. I slowly walked toward the table and picked up my bag. Olivia looked confused. You are leaving? I nodded. Yes. Daniel stepped forward. Sophie, wait. I stopped near the door and turned around. What? He looked guilty. I hope someday you can forgive us. For a second, I just looked at him. Then I smiled slightly. Don't worry. Both of them looked surprised by my calm voice. Olivia tilted her head. You are not angry. I shrugged. What is the point? Daniel looked relieved. Olivia smiled again. I knew you would understand. But inside my mind, I was thinking something very different. You will understand soon. Just not today. I opened the door and walked out of the apartment. The hallway felt very quiet. My heart was beating slowly again. When I reached my car, I sat inside for a long moment. Then I finally allowed myself to breathe deeply. Yes, it hurt. Yes, I felt betrayed. But at the same time, something else was happening. The truth was coming closer, and Olivia had already taken the dress, which meant the secret inside it was now closer to being discovered. The next morning, I woke up early. My phone had several messages from Olivia. One message said, "Daniel stayed here last night." Another message said, "We talked a lot. I think we will tell the family today." I stared at the messages quietly. Then one more message came. "And Sophie, I think Daniel and I might still have the wedding. Just different bride." For a moment, I closed my eyes. My own sister was planning to marry the man who was supposed to marry me, and she was planning to do it in my dress. But she still did not know what she was carrying with her. Later that afternoon, my mother called me. Her voice sounded confused. "Sophie, Olivia just told us something very strange." I stayed quiet. She said you and Daniel are not getting married anymore, and she might marry him instead. I answered calmly, "Yes, that is what they want." My mother sounded shocked. "How can she do this to you?" I sighed softly. Sometimes people show their real face at the worst time. After the call ended, I sat near the window and watched the sky slowly turning orange. Soon the sun would go down, and soon the truth would rise, because the secret inside the dress was still waiting. The documents, the flash drive, all the proof of Daniel's past. And Olivia was wearing that dress again tonight. She had already posted a photo online, standing in front of the mirror, smiling. The caption said, "Maybe the wrong sister was the bride all along." When I saw that photo, I shook my head slowly. She had no idea what was about to happen, because the truth hidden inside that dress was not small. It was powerful enough to destroy Daniel's lies, powerful enough to show everyone who he really was. And when that moment came, Olivia would realize something too late. She thought she was stealing my life, but instead, she had just put on the biggest mistake of her life. And very soon, everyone would see it. The next day felt very strange. My phone kept ringing again and again. Family members were confused. Some people were asking questions. Some people were angry. And some people simply did not understand what was happening. But I stayed calm, because deep inside, I knew something very important. The truth was already moving toward them, and they did not even see it coming. Around afternoon, my cousin Emma called me. Her voice sounded excited and shocked at the same time. "Sophie, did you see Olivia's new post?" I slowly answered, "No." "What happened?" Emma said, "She posted another photo in your wedding dress, and she wrote that she and Daniel might get married this week." For a moment, I closed my eyes. Olivia was not even hiding it anymore. She was showing it to everyone. Emma continued talking. People are asking questions in the comments. Some are angry. Some are confused. I said quietly, "Let them talk." Emma sounded worried. "Are you okay?" I took a deep breath. "Yes, I will be." After the call ended, I sat silently for a while. Then suddenly my phone vibrated again. This time it was a message from Olivia. It said, "Family dinner tonight. Everyone coming. Daniel and I will explain everything." I looked at the message carefully. Family dinner. That meant my parents, relatives, everyone would be there. And Olivia would probably arrive wearing that same wedding dress again. For a moment, I looked toward my window. The sky was slowly turning darker. Then I smiled quietly, because tonight might be the moment when the truth finally came out. In the evening, I drove to my parents' house. The house was full of lights. Many cars were already parked outside. When I walked inside, I could hear many voices talking. The room became quiet when people saw me. My mother quickly walked toward me and hugged me tightly. "Oh, Sophie, I am so sorry. I hugged her back. It's okay. My father looked serious. This situation is very strange. I nodded slowly. Yes, it is. Then suddenly the front door opened again. Everyone turned to look. Olivia walked inside, and just like I expected, she was wearing the white wedding dress, the same dress that once belonged to me. She walked confidently into the room. Daniel was standing next to her. He looked nervous, but Olivia looked proud. For a moment, nobody spoke. Some relatives looked shocked. Some whispered quietly. My aunt finally said, "Olivia, what are you doing?" Olivia smiled like nothing was wrong. Daniel and I have something to say. She walked to the center of the room. Daniel followed her. Then Olivia held his hand. We know this is surprising, but Daniel and I love each other. Some people gasped. My mother looked angry. And Sophie? Olivia glanced at me. Sophie understands. Everyone looked at me. I stayed calm. Daniel spoke next. We did not want to hurt anyone, but we believe honesty is better. The room filled with quiet murmurs. Some people clearly did not agree. Then my uncle asked a serious question. And the wedding? Olivia smiled again. Well, the wedding might still happen. She touched the dress softly, just with a different bride. At that moment, I noticed something. While she moved her hand across the dress, the inside lining shifted slightly. Something small slipped out. It fell quietly onto the floor near her feet. At first nobody noticed, but I did. It was the envelope, the same envelope that had been hidden inside the dress. My heart started beating faster. Olivia did not see it yet. She kept talking proudly, but then my cousin Emma suddenly pointed down. Olivia, something fell. Olivia looked down. She saw the envelope on the floor. Her face looked confused. What is this? She bent down and picked it up. Daniel looked curious. Maybe part of the dress packaging. Olivia opened the envelope slowly. Inside, she saw the folded paper. She pulled it out. For a moment, she looked confused. Then she started reading. Her smile slowly disappeared. Daniel noticed the change. What is it? Olivia looked up at him. Her face had become pale. What is this? Daniel looked nervous. Let me see. He took the paper from her hands. As he started reading, Daniel's face slowly turned white as he read the paper. For a few seconds, the whole room became completely silent. Everyone was watching him. Olivia looked confused and nervous. What is it, Daniel? She asked again. But Daniel did not answer. His hands were shaking slightly. Then Olivia quickly grabbed the paper back from him. She started reading it again. This time she read more carefully, and slowly her expression changed. The proud smile on her face disappeared. Her eyes became wide with shock. What is this? She whispered. My uncle asked from across the room. What happened? Olivia looked at Daniel. Her voice was shaking now. This paper says you were involved in a company money theft investigation. The room suddenly filled with whispers. People started looking at Daniel with surprise. Daniel quickly tried to speak. That is old stuff. It means nothing. But Olivia opened the envelope again. She found the small flash drive inside. What is this? Daniel stepped forward quickly. Give it to me. But my cousin Emma was already curious. She walked forward and said, Let's see what it is. Someone brought a laptop from the living room. Emma inserted the flash drive. A folder appeared on the screen. Inside were documents, emails, financial records. Emma opened one file, then another, and another. Her face slowly became serious. She looked up at Daniel. These emails say you were stealing money from your company. More whispers filled the room. My father stepped forward. Daniel, is this true? Daniel looked around nervously. No, this is misunderstood. But Emma opened another email. This one was worse. It clearly showed Daniel planning to marry someone with money, someone whose family had savings and property. Everyone slowly turned their eyes toward me. because they understood who that person was supposed to be. Daniel's face turned red. That email is fake. But Olivia was already reading everything on the screen. Her hands were shaking. You said you loved me. Daniel tried to speak. I do. But Olivia looked furious now. You planned to marry Sophie for money, and then you started meeting me. Daniel said quickly, Olivia, listen. But she stepped back. No, you lied to both of us. The room became louder. Some relatives were angry. Some were shocked. Daniel looked completely trapped. He tried one last time. Sophie, you know this is not what it looks like. For the first time that night, I finally spoke calmly. I know exactly what it looks like. Everyone looked at me. I slowly walked closer. I found the envelope yesterday. Daniel's eyes became wide. You knew. I nodded. Yes. Olivia looked at me in shock. You knew all this and you said nothing? I answered quietly. Sometimes people show their real truth when they think they already won. The room became silent again. Daniel looked like he had no words left. My father spoke firmly. I think you should leave. Daniel looked around the room one last time. Nobody defended him. Nobody believed him anymore. Slowly he walked toward the door, and then he left the house without saying another word. The door closed behind him. Olivia was still standing there in the wedding dress, but now she did not look proud anymore. She looked embarrassed, angry, and defeated. She slowly took off the veil and placed it on the table. Then she looked at me. I didn't know. I looked at her calmly. I know. For a moment she tried to speak again, but she could not find the words. Finally she turned around and walked out of the house too. The white dress moved softly as she left, but now it no longer looked like a bride's dress. It looked like a reminder of a big mistake. The room stayed quiet for a while. Then my mother hugged me again. I am proud of you. My father nodded. You handled this with strength. I took a deep breath. For the first time in many days, I felt light. Yes, I lost a fiancé. Yes, my sister betrayed me. But something more important happened. The truth came out. And sometimes the truth is the best protection a person can have. A few weeks later, life slowly returned to normal. Daniel disappeared from our lives completely. Olivia also stayed away for a long time. And the wedding dress? I never wore it. But I also never hated it, because that dress did something important. It protected me from marrying the wrong man. And sometimes the biggest betrayal in life can also save you from an even bigger mistake. So if there is one lesson in this story, it is this. Never rush to trust people just because they are close to you. Sometimes the people who hurt you the most are the ones standing right beside you. But remember one thing. The truth always finds a way to appear. And when it does, it changes everything. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more powerful and shocking stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support us.